IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily.
Hey guys, welcome to your fresh new episode of IVM Daily. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
Excited.
Yeah, I have with me in the studio the regular faces,
Voices.
Janam
Hi.
and Abbas.
Hello.
And today we're talking about, so Janam and Abbas put out this thing on Instagram, the Ask Me Anything question
Yeah.
thing.
And Surbhi didn't, but
I did not because,
nobody's judging.
But hey, we got a bunch of questions and today we're going to answer all of them.
Correction, Janam got a bunch of questions. I got like 8. Out of which 6 were like my friends going, when are you meeting me? When are you meeting me?
I didn't get a bunch, even I got like 10, 15, I don't know.
10, 15. Okay, cool.
But the original idea of this episode was that I will answer the questions Janam and Abbas get. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, you can take a dig.
Okay, cool. When are you? First question.
Janam should start, I think.
Okay.
Ladies first and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, first question is by Rohit.mun. I think it's
Hi,
Man.
Rohit.
Rohit.mun. He says, what according to you is the most underrated life experience ever?
Oh no. Take it away, Janam. I have no idea.
I think one of the most underrated experiences that we usually don't talk about is just the activity of cleaning your ears with a earbud.
Ooh.
Do you know how satisfying that is?
I know someone exactly like this. But yeah.
Especially when your ears are slightly wet.
Waxy. Okay.
Yeah, it's waxy or wet and you just come out of a shower and you take that earbud and you go deep inside.
I love
You're
this.
just rolling the earbud inside.
Do you also watch
It's
videos?
great.
I think there's like an entire collection of wax cleaning videos,
Oh,
and
no.
they're super satisfying to watch. Apparently, I don't watch them, but it's like the pimple popping videos.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't like the visual thing of like I wouldn't watch a video but just I would indulge in that activity, just
That's
clean my
really
ears for
cool.
like a good 10-15 minutes, just clean your ears. That's
Dude, I got some really high grade earbuds from Miniso last time.
Oh.
Dude, they have so the earbuds are all paper. Like, so basically, even the stick is made of paper. So you can basically you can even flush it. It's made of. The entire thing is made of paper, so it's super cool, and it's like what's the word for it?
Recyclable.
Recyclable.
So how expensive are these?
They're not very expensive actually. They were for 150 and they're all black. They were for 150 rupees, and they're like a huge bunch.
They're black?
They're all black, so it's really cool. I guess.
Wait, the white cotton part is
the
black?
white cotton part is black, and it's super high grade, dude. You should definitely use it. Yeah, I'm just recommending it to all wax cleaner buddies out there. All right.
So what according to you, Surbhi, is the most underrated life experience?
I don't know. God, I'm so not equipped to answer this question. I feel like I've not lived enough. I don't know. Okay, let's moving on to Abbas's question.
Okay. So a lot of people, by a lot I mean like about 2 or 3 of them,
Yes, thank you for.
asked me for a lot of book recommendations. So my friend Samantha asked me one book by your favorite author that you would recommend. So my favorite author, I actually don't have an answer for the favorite author. It keeps changing.
Who's your
But,
favorite author currently?
Currently, I'm reading this book called Good Omens, which is by 2 authors actually, Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Oh no.
But why oh no? It's a good thing. But Neil Gaiman would qualify as probably one of my favorite, but the author who I've read the most and kind of liked most of his work, about 90%, is Stephen King. So the book I would recommend by Stephen King is the first book I read of his, which is it's a book that came out in 1976. It's called Salem's Lot, and it's about a vampire who moves into this small town, and he goes around infesting people and making them vampires. It's a very scary novel.
Oh no.
And it scared the shit out of me when I read it, because it has everything from a vampire priest to small vampire children.
Oh man.
And
What is
it's pretty
the
spooky.
happy? Why would you why would you put yourself in a position where you're uncomfortable while reading this whole?
Because Stephen King's whole ideology, so he's known for writing horror novels. Of late, he's written some detective novels, but he's primarily known for writing horror. And his whole ideology is the more you make people familiar with the scary, the less scary they become.
Oh.
The more you face your fears, the more you get over them. So he
that's
writes,
cool.
That's deep.
yeah.
That's
So he
really
writes some really weird and sometimes even gory stories and books, and there are some very gory descriptions in his book.
Can you name one book? I would like to read this.
He has written so many. So many. Shawshank Redemption was his book. The Misery is a book he's written. The Dark Tower series is Stephen King. Then this Dreamcatcher. There's just so many. Stephen King has written so much, and so many movies and TV shows have been made.
So you recommend pretty much
The
all of his
Shining.
books?
The Shining by
Oh.
Stanley Kubrick made into a movie was a Stephen King book. I wouldn't recommend everything he's written. I mean, if you want to get into Stephen King, Salem's Lot would be a good place to start. So what he calls his 3S books, which he I think wrote back to back, which is Salem's Lot, The Shining, and a book called The Stand, which is a very fat book. The movie It that came out, that is a Stephen King book also.
Yeah,
It's
that
cool
I've
that the
heard.
book stand is a very thick book because you can actually use it as a stand.
And this is why we didn't do the AMA because you can definitely use it as a pillow though. It's like I think some 1200 pages long. So, but Salem's Lot is a fairly decent length. It's I think some 350 pages. So
Who
it's
asked you
okay.
this question?
A friend of mine called Samantha.
Oh,
Yeah.
Samantha.
Yep.
Thank you for this question.
Okay,
Should I
moving
tackle
on.
the other book recommendations also,
No,
or you'll come
but-
back to
no,
me?
Buzz will come back. We need to
Yeah.
like
Sure.
We need to keep this
we need
episode
to gap this
interesting.
out. All your
Alright.
book recommendation, all the interesting stuff.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to read out some quick questions. Some person called Rami Ponti asked from which city.
Is that a real name?
No, it's the Instagram handle.
Don't say it as a real
Why
name.
not?
What if this person listening
I
to
don't know,
it-
might be a real
Hi,
name.
Rami Ponti. I like your name.
Okay, Rami Ponti asks from which city. I'll just say I'm from Bombay.
Oh, that was his question?
Yeah, Venki _VK _93 says.
Wait, why does she get to answer multiple questions
Because
at
they're
one
quick
go?
questions.
They're quick questions.
I'm just answering
Are
the
we,
quick
are we
ones.
answering all questions?
I mean, if all your questions are book recommendations.
No, they're not. But I thought we were going to
Your
select.
answers go on for like an episode, Abbas. So like, let me just.
Yeah, Janam, this is
Throw
what
it, let me
What
just throw.
city are you from? Wow, okay.
Okay, next.
Venki _VK _93 says, miss you at BMS coming back, question mark. No, I'm not coming back.
What's a BMS?
It's Book My Show.
Oh,
I used to work there earlier.
Oh
so,
man,
yeah.
this has a lot of context. Why are you just going to leave it like this?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why
I'm not
does
coming
he
back.
want you back though?
I don't know. I
Do you know this person?
as in he was in the
Okay. She didn't know you, so obviously she's not coming back. Whoever asked this.
Web Ops team. I know this.
Which is basically the also otherwise known as the
Bottom line, she doesn't miss you, so there you go.
No, we're kidding. Thank you, Venki.
My sister has said, how are you so cute and funny?
Why can't she just ask you when she sees you?
Okay, Amanta, I'm not answering that. Sorry. Moving on, Mr. Hussein Bara something has said
Bara something?
that
Okay.
whole handle is not appearing.
Sure.
Okay.
How old are you? I am today years old. I don't know.
What a cop-out answer.
Listen, if you make an episode just for you to answer these questions, please give them the right answer.
Okay, I'm almost 27. I would say I'm going to be 27 in a few months.
Yeah, that's a good
So-
age to be.
Yeah, it's great. Loving it. Loving my late 20s, guys. The same person has said, I love your posts, and I think 4 kissing smileys.
Okay, these are not questions, Jana. These are just compliments.
Okay. Cat Lady Gauri, who's a friend of mine, Gauri Pandit, she says, kittens or food? That's actually a very, very tough question. I can't answer that.
Or kittens as food.
Or food as kittens. No, I don't know. I can't pick between kittens and food.
Listen, just go for it. I know you love food more than you love kittens.
No, it's very difficult. I mean, I can't imagine a life
Can
without
you
cats.
eat? I mean, if you're on an island, what would you rather take with you? Kittens or
Food,
food?
definitely.
Then that's
food,
the
yeah.
answer. Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's food. Sorry, kittens. I love you, but
All our cat audience is disappointed, and Janam like, damn it, Janam.
okay, Abbas, you can take it away now. I'll come back to mine later.
All the other
I think we should take a
compliments.
break at this point, and I'll answer some questions on the other side of this break.
Cool. Take a break.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week on IVM Podcast. If you are not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, I wanted to ask everybody, it would be really great if you could recommend a show that you like to a friend. That's the way that we're going to spread the word about podcasting. Please go ahead and do that. This week on Cyrus Says, we have film critic Rajiv Masan. Cyrus and Rajiv discuss films they grew up on, the allure of movie stars, and the bright future of Indian films. On Simplified, Chuck, Naren, and Shrikit tell us about eco-friendly Ganeshas and how Ganpati immersions can be more environmentally friendly. On The Seen and the Unseen, Amit speaks to Yazad Jal, a fellow for economic policy at the Takshashila Institute, about India's ongoing job crisis. On the Pragati podcast, lawyer and policy analyst Amaya Nayak joins Pawan and Hamsini to discuss the Syrian civil war that's killed 500,000 people and displaced more than 10 million Syrians. This week on Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks to Deepak Shenoy. Deepak's the founder of Capital Mind, and they discuss portfolio management schemes. The Rediscovery Project is coming out with its 4th season. Don't forget to catch Ambika and Hoshna with all new episodes from the 25th of September. And with that, let's go on with the shows.
Hey guys, welcome back after the break. And now let's go on to Bas. Bas, what's the next question?
Okay, so Surivinam, Surivinam asks, what's the best thing about producing IVM shows? Let's see. So the shows that I produce,
Have you already
Cyrus Says, Simplified, and I used to produce Seen Unseen till very recently. Cool thing is you get to meet some really well-read and informed people. You get to meet some celebrities. I mean, Cyrus has had a good bunch of celebrities on his show. We recently did the 300th episode of Cyrus. We had Malaika and Nikhil on there, so it was really cool because you've grown up watching these people on TV and then you get to see them in studio and interact with them and talk to them. It's really cool. Seen Unseen, obviously, take something away, become more knowledgeable, and with Simplified, it's just Simplified is a lot of fun to produce because the three guys have a lot of camaraderie and that extends to the producer as well. So yeah, you get to meet a lot of people and learn a lot of new things by producing shows here. So yeah, that would be the best thing that I
also,
would
you get to
recommend.
hang out with us.
That's not the best thing about producing IVM shows.
Alright, let's delete that whole chunk of Bas. Alright.
Can I answer a few more?
Yeah, sure. Are these all book recommendations?
No, I'll pick up the other book recommendation in the end. So I was wearing I put up a post sometime where I was wearing a Conan t-shirt. So I was like, Conan, where did you get the Conan t-shirt from?
Yeah.
I got it from, who has this? Power Shower, I think is
Is it Sharad Pawar?
No, it's not
Power
Sharad Pawar.
shower, like that.
Power Shower, I guess. I got that tea from a website called ultikhopuri.com.
Oh no.
So check that out. Mitali asks me, do you ever come to Pune? Mitali is a friend of a friend. She's Adhiraj's friend. Surbi also knows Adhiraj. I met her at Adhiraj's wedding, and she's a artist. She draws and paints stuff. I do come to Pune from time to time for shows. I haven't.
When
been
are you
there.
going next? That's
I don't
the
know. Yeah,
question.
I don't have a next in mind.
Okay,
Oh wait, you're going for weekender.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
You
But
better
yeah, I
meet
might-
her.
Yeah, please let me stay at your house, Mitali.
Oh,
if,
no, okay.
If I come for weekend. What do you know?
One AMA has turned into a invite.
And then so the picture I put up for this AMA was me wearing My Anxieties t-shirt. So all that was visible was My Anxieties. So a friend of mine, Priya, asks, what does the rest of your t-shirt say? The quote on the t-shirt was, my anxieties have anxieties, which is true.
Okay, Jana.
Before this gets existential,
Yeah,
now let me take it away.
before we get really sad about this the whole episode.
Komal Kisle. That's let me spell that out.
Is that an order?
No. It's KOMALKISLAY. He says, you are so cute, why? I'm not going to answer that. I just...
This
Shout
entire-
out to you for thinking
This
I'm cute.
entire
Thank
episode
you.
is you massaging your
Jana,
ego.
okay, listen. We've got to differentiate between the compliments and the questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Tanaya.ra, that's my friend Tanaya Ramyani. She worked with me on Book My Show. She says, how many dabbas did you get today? I've seen 4 dabbas in my bag till now, so I would say 4.
And one tiny bottle of chas also.
Yeah, there's chas and there's one small dabba of dahi also.
Is there some cheese sandwich today?
Yes, there is.
Oh, nice.
There is.
Cheese sandwich has become a staple diet because Janam gets it every day and like we depend on it. Now I feel like every like around at 5 in the day I'm like, oh, it's a cheese sandwich, right?
It's there, Sulvi, it's there. We'll have it after this recording. And I think I have some guava also.
Oh, nice.
Which movie for you are singing? Jayesh Panchal has asked. Oh, I think he saw the picture of me with the headphone and the mic, and he thinks I'm singing for a movie. I'm not. I can't sing. I'm sorry. Matthews Bibin. What? I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm so bad.
Stop ruining their names.
Okay, this question is interesting, Surbi. How is Surbi so fluffy and cute?
Oh man, another compliment disguised as a question.
But why is
I
he
will
complimenting
take it.
Surbi on your Instagram?
Because she's famous.
Why are you so fluffy and cute, Surbi?
Listen, this is something that keeps me up at night a lot. So
Also, I think this person follows Surbi and realized that she's not doing an AMA, so let me throw the AMA question at Janam.
But I knew if I had an AMA, these are the kind of questions I get. These are all like, when and this and why. And God.
Okay, here's an interesting question I have. If you could change the ending to a movie, which one would you pick and why?
Oh my God, go for it.
Okay, I don't have one particular movie's ending I would like to change. I would like to change the endings of all rom-com movies.
Oh no.
I don't like the
People getting
ending of like, you know, the last frame is like the girl and the guy kissing. And then
All
it's
Nicholas
like
Sparks.
happily ever after. And I mean, I feel all these movies have conditioned us to believe that, oh, why, like when I'm watching these movies, I'm like, oh, why can't I have a guy like this? Like, especially when I see that guy, you know, that was Peter Kavinsky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm like, why can't my boyfriend or whatever ex-boyfriend, why couldn't have he been like that? And
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I think you should just change all the endings instead of happily ever after, but like in the brackets for like 3 months.
yeah, and they should show. The endings should be more realistic about what happens after they decide to be together. That's
Which is what? It's
But there are movies which are made about that.
they're so rare, is what I'm saying. So I would like to change the endings to such
Abbas,
movies.
do you want to take this question?
Yeah, I'll change the ending of Titanic. I'll make Jack survive.
You'll put him on the door.
On the door. There was enough room for the two of them, so
Would
she
you
should
make-
have pulled him and lied down with him. Yeah.
And they should have grown all together.
Yeah.
Happily ever after.
Yeah.
For like 3 months.
No, for life.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. Deb Drum Power. This is Gautam Deb from As We Keep Searching. He's commented saying, shout out for As We Keep Searching. Okay, good. Plug for your band.
I don't know. There's a plug for another band in our AMA. Cool.
And ironically...
But that was it? That's all he said?
Yeah, he just said shout
Oh
out
my
for
God.
But the,
Yeah.
the next question I got is from someone else saying favorite As We Keep Searching song question mark, which is coincidental.
I don't think so. I feel like they're both members of the band.
No,
and they were
this
like,
guy is not.
Please
no.
talk about us on the podcast.
No,
which
no,
we
this-
can do actually.
So
We
the
don't
person
mind.
who's asked me about my favorite As We Keep Searching song is Shivan.k. He's actually a listener of Geek Fruit and Cyrus Cell.
very faithful listener.
Yeah. Okay, favorite song of As We Keep Searching is I have two actually. There's one called it's from their recent album called Zia. The song is called Uns. And
Like,
Yeah.
no.
Like when you go to Delhi, that's the sound that comes out of cars.
No, this is spelled as UNS.
Yeah.
It's a Hindi song. No, Uns is UNTZ. No. And there's another song they released in. This wasn't in part of any album. It's called At Long Last. That is another great song. Valar Moghulis. Somebody has said, are you single? Cliche question. And other one is, do you something? What? Do you? I can't see the full.
I can see. Oh, actually, no, you can't. If
can't
you
see the
ask
full.
them, yeah.
You have to go to the
We'll just
notifications
have to
and
guess.
see.
Oh man.
Okay, let me ask you the next few questions.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, this question is: are you single?
I would prefer not
Who
to
asked
disclose
it?
that.
Listen, Jana, we're doing an episode. Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Wait, but who asked that question?
Vala Margulis, some person. Okay, why do you love cats?
Because they're the best thing ever.
Okay. What would be the topic of the Seen and the Unseen for episode 87? This Abbas would
I'm
you
not
like to-
producing that show anymore.
But we can't answer that. Just wait for it. It comes out every what?
But I think the episode
Monday, every
87
Monday.
is already out. So check it out on our website.
Yeah. Check it out. Okay, these are all the questions from Janam, and let's see what Abbas has.
Okay,
Abbas,
so
can you finally answer the question, when are you meeting your friends?
yeah, a bunch of my friends, my friend Sadhvi has asked when is the weekend happening. So you wanna, what is a weekend? You ask, you
Yeah.
guys.
I know, when you weep on the weekend.
Yeah, we decided to meet on a weekend and just cry about our sorrows of our life.
But
So weep
Surbi
end.
and I have weep days, not
you have
weep
weep
ends.
And weekends also.
Yeah, but since mostly we meet at work
Yeah.
every day, it's like
It's beautiful.
every day is a weep day.
So Sadhvi, the weekend will happen very soon. Sadhvi also asked me, do you find me attractive?
Alright, this you can take it up later, Abbas. Please, you don't have to tell us or do it on the air. Just
I
tell
don't
us
think she
later.
realized that this was being answered on a
That's
podcast.
true. Okay, so that shall remain unanswered. Someone called Asif8132
The answer is yes.
Asif8132 asks me, और कैसे हो sir? बढ़िया एकदम. Okay, last few questions.
This is after Abbas literally just cried before entering the studio. Badhiya ekdam. I was like, man nahi kar raha hai podcast karne ka.
And finally, the last two, again, book recommendation questions that I got. Fiza asked me, Fiza is a friend of mine, asks 3 books you would recommend everyone to
Fizza,
read.
like the movie.
Yeah, like the movie. And also Kapil Srivastav asked, suggest a good science fiction book and which is your favorite. Okay, so the science fiction book I'll recommend is the book called Foundation by Isaac Asimov.
I love it. I love
Oh, you've read
Foundation.
it?
I've read all 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. That's something finally that...
Wow.
Finally Surbhi is
Do you
now
finally
cool in my eyes.
Do you finally respect me because I've read
Kind of,
a
yes.
book?
What's this
God.
book about?
It's about, okay, so I'll tell you. I remember reading this in my, so this was in our curriculum during English honors. So basically, the entire Foundation series is about how religion is sold as something to, basically how religion as a commodity. Like you can sell the idea of God and people like will throw money at you and will believe in it blindly.
So like
It's
the
actually-
commercializing
But it's in a very
religion.
futuristic
yeah.
world.
And it's written so it's super interesting to read. Like I couldn't stop once I got into it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
so nice.
So that's the science fiction book I'll recommend. Fiza's 3 books you would recommend everyone to read. One would be Maximum City by Suketu Mehta. I think it's a brilliant portrait of a city and the people that live in it and the country as a whole. The second book would be Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. I think it's a wonderful rags to riches.
Do you have it? I want to borrow it.
No, I got it from a library and I returned it.
Wow.
So do read Born a Crime. It's about the troubles that he went through, but he's written it in a very funny way. So read that. And the third book, of course, my favorite book in my favorite genre, fantasy. I would recommend read The Hobbit. I think it's a wonderful introduction if you want to get into fantasy, but you don't want to go into like the massive world building or complicated, complicated storylines. You can start with The Hobbit. It's a very simply told story and very entertaining and very adventurous. And once you feel like you love The Hobbit, then you can, of course, promote yourself to Lord of the Rings and then carry on reading the rest of the
Nice.
way. Yeah.
Thank you, Abbas. Thank you, Janam. This was a great episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt a bit like IVM likes also with all the
Yeah, with all the
recommendations.
recommendations.
Yeah, thanks to me, and it's not because,
God.
hey, you're beautiful, are you
'Cause
single? It's more reminiscent of No Sex in the City.
But this is great. Maybe we should do more of these later. Hey,
When
guys.
are we doing your EMA, Surbhi?
Yeah, Surbhi, when are you not going to be in a rough patch and put up a...
Can me and Janam make a list of questions and ask you on an episode?
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, guys. Okay. So if you have any more questions to ask any of us, you can send it to us on our Twitter. We are at IVM Podcast. You can also reach out to us personally at Abbas.
You can reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @AbbasMomin, and of course on my Instagram handle is AbbasMomin88.
You can reach out to me on Twitter. I'm at Janam Devan.
And you can reach out to me on Twitter at Small Talk Police. This is it for this episode of IVM Daily. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
How aware do you think you are of your laws and rights? Do you look up to laws when you are caught up in situations? Do you know what your rights are when you're stuck somewhere bad? Well, here's a show that can help you move an inch closer to being aware of what your rights are. Tune into Know Your Qanoon with me, Amar Rana. This is a podcast meant to answer all your law-related queries. Catch Know Your Qanoon every week on the IVM website or the app or anywhere you get your podcast from.
Shunyavan, 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 Shunyavan.
Hey, this is Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay.
And I'm Amit Doshi.
And we host Shunya One, the weekly podcast based on conversations about startups, entrepreneurship, across verticals like food tech or fintech, and digital payments, logistics, e-commerce, and of course, all the stuff from VCs and investors as well.
Over the course of our run, we've had some really great entrepreneurs. We've had Zishan Hayat from Topper, Naya Sagi from Baby Chakra, Ankush Sachdev from ShareChat, and Akrit from Haptic, among many, many more.
Yep, and we continue to get some of the biggest, smartest, and most innovative folks in the country in this space coming here, talking to us, all for you guys to listen to.
So tune in every Tuesday on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from, and get a chance to be a part of all of the tech banter and entrepreneurship conversations on our Slack channel. Talk to our guests, they show up as well. All you have to do is request an invite on ivmpodcast.com/Shunya1.